Hello my friends, Stark here, and time for a brief update upon the conversion of the 1976 Dodge motorhome. First, however, I wanted to show you that we are finally enjoying some progress on the site clearance. Here stood a 37,000 square foot brick building which I demolished in 2010, and in hindsight the city was incredibly patient with me because I let the debris, the wood, piles of bricks sit for 2 years because I could not afford to buy the machinery necessary for the site clearance. Finally, in 2012, I was able to afford my backhoe and a dump truck, and since then we've tried to work a couple of days each week upon clearing the site. Well, some of the interesting material that came from the demolition is these old fire doors. Some of them are made by the Richmond Safety Gate and Fire Door Company from Richmond, Indiana, and some by the Weirton Fire Door Company. The interior of the doors is wood, but they are clad in steel. I'm showing you those old fire doors because we used 2 of them for the 12-foot bed of the 76 Dodge. What do you think? I think the proportions are just right between the length of the bed and the cab. Well, let's see how it was constructed. The original integrated frame and floor has been derusted and then painted in Rust-Oleum primer, followed by black Rust-Oleum. And then across the original frame we have some fairly heavy duty box section. The second box section was intentionally cut short, and that's to allow for the future possibility of some underbed side-facing toolboxes. 2 box sections close together because this is the point that the 2 fire doors meet, so we needed 2 sections. And 2 more bringing up the rear. Box section has also been primered and painted in the black Rust-Oleum, as has the underside of the fire doors. This box section is needlessly heavy duty for the application that we have in mind. Lawn tractors, motorcycles, ATVs. We could easily have gotten away with a box, literally a square section box instead of a rectangular section box, so half the overall height. But the lower height would not have allowed for sufficient suspension travel between the top of the rear tires and the underside of the bed, and that's why we had to select this relatively heavy duty box section. All this we had on hand, and this is one of the fun things about this project, that wherever we can, we are trying to use material that we have on site, either in the demolition zone or in the workshops. Other than labor, I'm trying to keep expenses to a minimum. It sure makes for an interesting looking bed too. The top side, maybe we'll use a roll-on truck bed liner type coating. So, achieved a good amount of work, but much more to do. The roof, back of the cab, steel wheels have been painted. This little truck, can I call it a truck now? Actually has some heavy duty wheels for a vehicle that in itself is relatively light duty. 8-bolt wheels. So is it worth spending the time and money converting this old 1976 Dodge motorhome into a flatbed? You could make a solid argument against it. Part of the reason for going ahead with the conversion is that I wanted my employees to gain experience in vehicle conversions and not just vehicle repairs. You may have seen this workshop in the background of some of my previous videos, but we never went inside because I was leasing it to another company. Well, sadly that company has folded and they've declared insolvency, and so from the 1st of August MetTech moved into this workshop in addition to the old workshop. We're still conducting vehicle repairs in the old building and using it for our warehouse too, but frankly beforehand there wasn't room to swing a dead cat in there, so it's been a real pleasure to be able to move the wreckers and some of the old cars into this new workshop, at least new for us. It was actually built in 1976. The 2002 International Rollback is in the corner, and this here is the 1995 Chevrolet 3500 HD that I bought in Arizona a couple of months back. Drove it 2,255 miles from Arizona to Indiana. It only broke down 3 times. But no, I'm not really bullying it just because it's a Chevrolet. In fact, I think that the frame and the suspension is extremely well put together, and I'd like to show how well built it is in a future video. So we've only been in here since the 1st of August, and that's why it's such a mess in here. So much to do. This is a future conversion project, and it's projects like this which made me decide to go ahead with the van conversion. I want my guys to gain the experience on the smaller and cheaper projects before they attack an important project such as this. This is the 1976 Ford L9000 that I bought about 6 weeks ago. It's very rare. Ford made so few of the crew cab models, 4-door. And the plan for this truck is to convert it into a medium duty rollback. Little like the International that we already have, but bigger, stronger, able to carry a heavier load, and certainly a longer bed. We'll have to move the rear axle backward toward the end of the frame. The other awesome thing about this old truck is that the engine is a Detroit diesel 2-stroke 671 model. One of my favorite engines. I always wanted to have a Detroit diesel. It only has 55,000 original miles. I love this truck. And here's one more conversion project. What do you think the plans are for this truck? She's a 1968 white 4000 model, powered by a Cummins 855 cubic inch turbo diesel. Like the Ford, formerly a fire truck, and I'd been searching for a low miles semi truck for on and off for several months, and when this one came up with less than 24,000 original miles, I jumped right on it, because really, when do you find a semi truck with 23,800 miles? They usually have hundreds of thousands of miles. Future conversions. Anyways, returning to the project at hand. '76 Dodge. We'll keep you informed of progress. Hope you enjoyed the video. This one has the word Sportsman on the doors, and I always thought of this cab shape as a tradesman. You know what the difference is between a tradesman and a sportsman is? I don't know. Let me know if you do. Thank you so much for watching.